SirMidge Table 2 chat through Discord. You're in the wrong chat lobby, you're in the Dungeons and Dragons chat lobby, you need to go to Table 2 under the Magic lobby. Alright, here we go guys. Tabletop Warfare, FNM, Arena Direct Challenge Event number 2. This is Midge. People call me SirMidge, you can call me Midge. You're now in the chamber, and we're at deck picking time. So I've got a couple of potential decks that I want to run. We've got Mengu's Super Friends list here. We have the Esper Hero list that I've been sort of tweaking and playing around with for the last couple of weeks. And then we've got Jeskai Fires and Manfield Red, which I think are all really, really good options. I've played the Mengu Super Friends list a couple of times and found that it's flooded quite a bit. And I'm not ideal on that. So, I think we'll go with this list here. And away we go. Is my opponent there? Can I hear my opponent?
Activate opponent.
The opponent is activated and we are ready to go.
Alright.
Now, I am recording this, so good luck. Your voice will come through on the recording, just so you know.
No worries, thank you. Happy to be the second voice on your channel, I believe.
Technically, I think Travis was the first from last week, but we can fix that.
Fair enough.
We can make you the first live voice when we do. I might do some live challenge stuff, and you'll get on live on the stream to the 56 people around the world that follow me. Turn 2. So for those of you playing along at home when you watch this recording later, Mr. Danny Helix over here and I have been discussing Esper Hero for a couple of days and tinkering with slots and sideboard slots, and he's running a modified version of the deck, which looks quite interesting. So it'll be good to see how it curves out here.
Yeah, nothing new from me yet. Just typical turn 3. Turn 2, turn 3 plays.
It's pretty good. Typical turn 2, turn 3 plays are fine in my opinion.
Stand by and watch. Hey, that here goes nothing.
Sacrificial to Fairy.
Yeah, fair call.
Stop, that's more like it.
Just trying to remember.
So feel free at any point, Danny Helix, to talk us through any of your card choices when you play them, if you so wish to, for
Yeah, sure thing.
those at home from the store.
Absolutely.
Now, I just misplayed there because I didn't need to take the pain.
Ah, okay. So this is why I held back. Just want to protect the hero here when I can. 1-1. Let's count my mana requirements. Got 1 blue, 1 white. Not sure
Sure.
if this is the best play, depending what else I fear is coming on your next turn, but for now I'll protect the hero and take it from there.
I mean, based on the information that you have, I think that that's potentially a very good play.
Here we go.
Guess hero Precinct 1 is almost playing like a Legion War Boss to a control deck.
Yeah, yeah, it
Chip
is at the
white
moment.
here. So here you go, my favourite, Old Mate Strange Pile.
Oh, Strange Files. You love Strange Files. So Strange Files is a funny card. I do love Strange Files, and I was actually talking to old mate Mengucci on his stream a little bit earlier about Strange Files, and him and I are both in agreement.
Andre Mangucci.
Andre Mangucci.
He's a legend.
We're both in agreement that Strange Files is one of the best cards in Standard at the moment.
I think there's no wrong pile player. Like the options you've given me, if I need land, I can go for the pile that I think has land. If I don't need land, I go for the pile, the action pile. It's just he draws your card.
Yeah, that's right.
Good.
And I think the fact that you can flex on your decision. So early on, you obviously want to generally take the 2 cards very early in the game, but then later in the game, you generally want to take the 1 card that's presented to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. In hindsight, might have changed my decision, but no big deal. Had to see what mystery lied within.
And that's the
That's the-
beauty of Old Mate Strange Files.
He
It's the
basically
mystery.
draws 3 cards regardless. You get to pick 1 or 2. So
It reminds me of Family Guy when Peter's like, "Oh, I want a boat," and the guy's like, "Oh, you could have what's in the box," and Peter's like, "But anything could be in the box, even a boat," and he takes the box.
yeah, why not?
I think it was a boat. Anyway, I think it was a boat.
Ah, I feared that, but there it is, another one. Fair enough. So I guess pretty simple tech for people at home. This is why I held back a second hero. You don't want to overcommit if your opponent's going to deal with one of them.
And I think that's very good advice. When you're in front with this type of deck, you don't need to overcommit your key pieces, and Hero is, being the namesake of the deck, quite a key piece to your major win con.
Your turn, good sir.
Hmm.
Think phase. I'm going to go for this play here.
Yep, I've done that numerous times, and it's not a terrible play to make either.
I guess the concern is Oh, it fizzles the bone crusher.
It does fizzle the
New
bone
battle.
crusher. Yep, it does
Oh,
fizzle the bone
makes
crusher.
that decision much easier.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not a horrible play, especially when you need to protect the hero.
Okay, that was technically a misplay. I should have done my Teferi thing first, seen what I draw, and then decide whether or not to play the hero.
I've got it.
Because if we drew, say, a Dream Trawler,
You could have cast it.
ideally we would have been casting it. Um,
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take the one. And I just got a new subscriber.
good work.
Alright, what have we got here? Decisions.
Kidoki. Draw a card and take 4 life. Worth it. So yeah, as I played the hero and I actually drew off the Teferi.
Yep.
Think phase for me. Yeah. Well, Danny Helix as I am on Arena. 2, 6.
Another hero.
2 heroes. He's played 2 Clarions. Your list runs 3 or 4. I don't suspect you have another one, but we'll see.
Interesting plays.
Just trying to keep the pressure.
And knowing what's on top, I obviously want to tuck that to the bottom.
Roger that.
So I think maybe I should have cast this a couple of turns earlier than what I have, just to deal with the Teferi, because it's allowed you to draw through and obviously draw into some answers and good stuff quite quickly. But we played it when we have, so we'll sit there and deal with that.
Here he is again, old mate Strange.
Old mate Strange Piles. He is fantastic.
It's at 3 land. Okay.
This
This
isn't
is
a
a
fight you can win.
pretty busted turn for me.
This is a lethal turn for you, I believe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I didn't want to get ahead of my.
Oh no, perhaps one short. Perhaps one short, but we're gonna concede that.
Nice. Didn't expect to beat fires, but
A
sideboarding.
lot of early advantage off the Teferi for you there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I was sitting on an Ether Gust in hand from the opener, which wasn't doing much for me.
I haven't actually played against Jeskai Fire, the Esper Hero decks, so think phase for Danny Hicks. Just turn that down a touch, honey. Just so it doesn't come through the mic. Let's think this through, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Just trying to think what you sideboard.
Well, and this is the thing with the Fires list at the moment. There's probably 2 or 3 different lists that you could use as a sideboard guide.
What's useful, what's not. See how this goes.
So I think Fires is one of those decks that struggles with an early aggressive curve. It's not impossible for Fires to come back from it, but once it gets too aggressive, then it really becomes an issue.
Yeah, hence why once you played 2 Clarions, I decided to commit the second hero and sort of put pressure on the board with your big threat. At least I knew I could start. I was happy to swing through with 1/1s, block and kill one, just taking away your damage, because as the game goes longer, the Fires deck should be favoured, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think the longer the game goes, the more in favour Fires becomes.
Just unlucky you didn't hit a Fires.
So this could be quite interesting. Fair.
to stomp or not to stomp?
That's potentially a question. So I think realistically I want to try and keep you off your tempo a little bit. Hence the reason why we bounce the hero.
Yeah, absolutely. Here it comes down turn 2. The turns after that followed. Definitely gets his little engine going. So this is an important turn for the hero player in my small experience. This is the turn before Jeskai fires turn 4, where fires potentially comes down and does some big things. So we're going to prioritize Rage here over playing the hero again, just to see what he's rocking and rolling. If he had a fires, we want to get rid of. Just check your mana base.
Oh, I can cast it.
What do we want to do? What do we want to do? It's just huge. Okay. Gonna have to get rid of one of the threats, I think. And 1, 2, 4. Graveyard that. And so you'll go so.
So I'm just casting this because I know that it's going to get out. And again, if you've got a particular set of cards in hand, it's going to dictate your response next turn.
I am not going to sit this one out. Enough. This might be a bad idea.
And that's the response I expected it to garner.
Yeah, the
Now-
brazen borrow choice. Turn 2 was good.
Yeah, no, it needed to happen because again, like we saw game 1, hero gets really out of control if it's not thrown back nice and early. So obviously I'm going to play this. And at this point in time, I actually don't need to discard anything, so you can see everything in my hand, so it doesn't really matter. But I think the Deafening and the Sphinx are better than anything I could potentially draw here at this point.
Okay, just trying to set up. I suppose. Okay.
I'll protect you.
So a good lesson for newer players with this deck: when you crack your Fabled Passage, always check you've got double blue, double white available for your mana intensive Dream Trawler late game. So now we've serviced that accordingly.
Yeah, I think that's really, really good advice, because there's nothing worse than being able to having the lands to cast a Dream Trawler, but realizing that realistically you don't actually have the right combination of lands.
So we've committed the second Teferi here. We just tempo him off a little bit. And
Don't make it. Let's try this.
let's just see what he does next turn.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. So he's tapped out. And I assume there's a second hero there. Decisions.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, based on what we know he's got in hand. And pressure. Got to keep chipping away at that life total.
I think that's a fair play.
Go to combat. And you may have to confirm this. Sideboard card. I think it's my sideboard tech. I'm not sure if you run it.
Narset is your sideboard tech, yes.
Yeah, so this just pushes players off of massive crisis draws, and obviously Cavalier of Flames. All the Cavaliers draw cards, so I thought I'd try it out. Sideboard techie card. Then the question is, do we down tick it to help find answers? Leave it as is. I think we will. Yeah, we'll take the down tick.
I don't see any reason why at this point you don't down tick.
Guess this reveals tricks. There you go.
It does reveal tricks, but it also can potentially net you a really good answer.
Okay, there's. And here he is, old mate Strange Piles. Mangucci said it was the best card in Standard as.
I believe he said it was either the best card in Standard or his favourite card in Standard. I can't
Okay.
quite... I don't quite remember.
Yeah, I'd still think cards like Growth Spiral, Uro are definitely stronger than Krasis. We're going to go for face down option, please. Okay. And knowing that he's probably going to flash in Borrower and kill the Narset.
You could use some training. Keep an open mind.
Interesting. Guts, we've drawn into something nice. Does give him a turn to not have to worry about our veto. Let's have a look. We're gonna think phase. And get rid of the threat.
Interesting. So we know that he's got another Atris in hand and a veto, and he's tapped out, and we've got 3 unknowns. And we'll pass turn.
Interesting phase. Hmm.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me.
So I'll have a cheeky scry.
Cheeky scry. I'll let that resolve.
Hmm.
So much commotion.
Roger that. Don't know what else is in hand. Okay. Whew. Do we? Question. Based on your deck, what else can I do? What else can I really do? Something's telling me to counter that, so I'm gonna count. Let's go on with the gut. Ha ha ha.
Let's slow
Good place.
down.
Now the question here is, do I tick it up, or do I? No, let's cast it down.
Well, trust me, I have a
Fair
plan.
play. Okay, so this is another main board choice for me. I've cut, as SirMidge knows, I've cut the Kaya's Planeswalkers out of the main board and opted to use Sarath of the Scales main board just to give the deck a bit more threats and board presence pressure. Helps Death Touch away other big nasties until they get destroyed.
And I think it's an interesting. We discussed Kaya for a good little while this morning, and I think it's an interesting card to add in there over Kaya. And I do see the advantage of also running it. So be interesting to see
Here we go.
how it progresses once I don't have the Elspeth Conquer's Death in hand for it, unfortunately.
Hoping it gets to Death Touch a cheeky Crassus tonight. We'll see.
I will be cheering if you get to Death Touch at Cheeky Crassus tonight.
How's you guys training on?
Good. Crossman's on a stream, or SirMidge is streaming. So we're on game 2. What's the play here? Ricky's Graveyard. Okay. 1 mana available. Counter spells or not. I think this is my line. My life total.
I think this is my line.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
That
Is
was
it on one? Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, fair
I've
call.
done the hero thing before.
Now I've got decisions. Decisions. I'm just going to do this for the memes. Why not? Memes and streams.
Oh, jeez. Jeez.
Based on you only got 1 card in hand, can't have you resurrecting a Cavalier anytime soon.
Oh, I thought you would like me to resurrect a Cavalier sometime soon.
I have a plan.
No, preferably not.
Yeah, no, I can understand that.
Did I move to the wrong channel? What am I doing?
Think phase.
That will resolve.
Will resolve.
And I'm certainly going to have to pick some strange files.
Strange pile away. Does the other pile have lands? That's the question. Probably does. Does the hero do much for us? 1 moment. 2 of those. Potentially does. We'll take the hero. Okay, yep. And we'll go for this. Don't want him gaining tempo with Teferi bounce.
So we have some interesting choices to make here.
Rightio, there it is.
If you show remorse, I'll show restraint. Here goes nothing.
So it's interesting. I've not really seen a lot of the good stuff and fires this game. It's just been a lot of
Yeah, either game.
tempo-y sort of stuff to try and slow you down, and no real bombs, unfortunately. Hmm.
No more games. I've got it.
Well, there it is. Finally.
Finally.
Yeah, another one. Fair enough. It's going to prioritize your life total here.
And that seems like the right play at this point.
Pretty easy decision. This might seal the deal.
This needs to be an amazing draw off the top for me.
Alright. I hope it is, man. For the streams, memes.
It is not going to do it.
Wowzers.
I drew a lot of lands this game. A lot of lands this game.
Yeah, he had rough 2 games.
I've also tucked a lot of lands off the scry triggers. And currently sitting with a Sacred Foundry and Hallowed Fountain in hand. So
That's more like it.
I'm not going to get there. It looks like Esper Hero is going to get Jeskai Fires. So that's that.
Good news for me, and still good news for your channel. You're the man that's forward the deck.
It's just good to see someone else having success with it, even at a local event level.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the games. We'll go report, and I'll be back very soon with round 2.